Ho, 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 ho. We watched a little more because we didn't quite have enough Puro. So this is...
The Beard, and I am your King Ginger.
This is Heel Turn Radio. We watched it, Jumbo Tsuruta versus Rusher Kimura, March 28th, 1976. Jumping ahead a little bit more, another 2 out of 3 falls match, tournament style, which ends in what I think we can agree is how draws should be done, and interpromotional draws. All
Japan, so another interesting kind of side effect, we watched the 2 out of 3 falls, Inoki, Suguchi versus Gotch, and
Blue Fez, baby.
Totally lost my mind there. New Japan style, especially 70s, a lot of wonderful chain wrestling,
lots
submissions, lots of graps. This is your proto All Japan, like heading towards what we'll see later on with Misawa, Kobashi. This is big drops, big strikes, hot crowd. And
super hot.
Jumbo being Jumbo.
Young Jumbo.
Young Jumbo. And this is the real key for me. I've only really seen Jumbo working with Tenryu as just this amazing tag team. An older kind of friendly Jumbo, kind of who's seems to be like, I'm top king of the hill, so you can't touch me, as he's kind of being phased out for the younger crew.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Jumbo who reminds me of Misawa, but more reminds me of Kobashi with that just intense, fiery baby face, just always yelling to the crowd and hitting huge moves.
There was the second fall was back-to-back butterfly overhead deadlift release suplexes,
and that's the thing is, Kimura is like is a big guy.
Yeah, not a small dude by any stretch of the imagination.
And we did a little digging, and Rusher Kimura was like king of the cage match.
Yeah, he's
first ever cage match in Japan. He won. He beat a guy named Dr. Death. Not Dr. Death Steve Williams, but someone under a hood prior to that. And he never lost a cage match in Japan. Ever. He was known as the Demon of the Steel Cage. And he was like, kind of looked like a chubby Elvis, had sweet sideburns.
Dusty Rhodes head daddy.
Dusty Rhodes forehead daddy. And he threw some bombs.
Yeah.
It had such a good feel because it came off like you have Jumbo who wants to wrestle and knows he's a better wrestler, and you have Kimura who's a better striker and a better brawler, and he wants to sucker Jumbo into a fight. And every time he does, he takes control of the match. And then by the end, after that second fall, it just breaks down into a brawl. They're outside the ring.
A couple times.
They both have huge contingents with them.
Young boys, probably crew from their own promotions.
Yeah, and I'm not sure which promotion Kimura was coming out of, but he had his blue jumpsuit crew.
Yeah, teal. I think more teal.
Yeah, beautiful jumpsuits. Not even to mention, like, the referee had some amazing outfit on.
Oh, yeah. He had a baby blue short sleeve turtleneck with a pair of khaki chinos and then bright blue. Like royal blue.
Those shoes were so amazing. So, like, you have these crews with them, these not really young boys, but young boys, breaking them apart and getting them back in the ring, and there's just an intense amount of drama, and the crowd is just raging hot the whole time for the match. And then they come in, and they finish up with a German suplex.
And then, wrapping it up with the German suplex, where Jumbo throws Rusher Kimura over. Both
very, very stiff, short German suplex. We get I always refer to the Piper heart finish, both shoulders down. Just because I think that was the first time I probably ever saw it. Fantastic finish. everyone gets up and everyone raises each other's hand. There's then
Both
a lot
of
of
the
pushing and
teams get
shoving.
in.
Yeah, there's refs raising everybody's hand. We couldn't tell if it was the Destroyer or if it was Mr. Wrestling
yeah.
who was at ringside. He gets in and he's trying to figure it out, and then all hell breaks loose. Kimura and Jumbo go after each other relentlessly then for probably a good 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Just beating the shit out of each other. Again, meaty, thick chops to the neck and face.
Yeah.
Open hand slaps that will make you question whether or not you would let another human being do that to you.
Very stiff, very amazing. Definitely the way to do a draw. Eventually, begrudgingly, after Giant Baba comes out and clears some things up.
And that's another thing. Like, we were commenting, like, young Jumbo he's in fantastic shape. He has a lot of I wouldn't call them acrobatic spots, but a lot of
Very athletic spots.
A lot of bridging.
Mm-hmm.
He's big. Baba's in a suit, and he looks like a giant.
He looks like legitimately a foot, like a head taller than him.
And you never see him facing you. You only see his back, but he looks enormous. It just got a really big fight feel to it the whole time. And when they separate them, they come back. You get the schmozzy, my favorite thing, separate, then they fight through the crowd of people to get back to each other because they just are that pissed off. That happens a couple times, the pull apart, and then we get the kind of shake hands, and then they realize that both of them are going to get
with
points.
the big slap on the
like thank you, but just like the pat on the back is more like a slap on the back.
Yeah, Kimura slapped Jumbo a couple times, like on the chest.
Yeah, like,
and
good job,
it sounded
buddy.
about as like wet, meaty slap as some of those chops earlier.
So intense, so good.
Eventually, both crews leave out. Walk out. They had a pose off.
Oh, God.
It was
So
amazing.
good.
And just the best, the greatest, the hugest pose off. And people were on fire for it. It was great. I mean,
hot crowd. Japanese
IPV
crowd.
video, Puro for Dummies, 2 volumes, 14 total discs. Well worth the price. Go out there, check out.
That was just disc 1. What
Yeah.
we've covered so far is just disc 1. It's technically just 2 matches, both 2 out of 3 falls. Mwah.
Both